Hello. Oh wait, I forgot to. Hold on. Maybe later. There we go. Basically, I'm posting that. I'm the blue sky. But fucking ads are in my way. Alright. Are you not going to show a camera? I think that's the best we'll do. Alright. I'm gonna be continuing our playthrough of this because yesterday it was crashing on me constantly. My computer and stuff. Alright, the power finally starts returning to the arcade. However, not abiding by the nighttime sequence for some reason. The lights aren't even completely on, but I see sun's rays jerk out of Moon's faceplate. Also, I did play this part, but it was crashing, so I'm trying to get back to where I was. Yeah.
Why did he do that?
Well, you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. But I cannot believe him.
Okay, he's mad. Son, calm down. I'm not sure if you are able to date like Freddy and stuff like that, so I guess doing stuff for Sun and Moon right now are good. So that looked like it hurt.
He made you get hurt. And for what? Some prank?
Son! To raise my voice slightly, which I don't enjoy doing. Fine. You okay though? Does it hurt when you do that? Sorry if I'm prying. Oh, just kinda noticed. Sun shrugs, one hand grasping his other arms as his rays seem to shrink back into his head a bit.
Normally it doesn't. It only really hurts if one takes over without warning or in the wrong light level or something.
He puts the word hurts in air quotes.
Normally.
Which makes sense. He wasn't made to feel anything. Oh. I mean, try not to do that, I guess? I mean, thanks for being concerned, but don't go hurting each other in return, okay? So let's go of his arm as he straightens back up, as if laying out a deep breath.
Right.
I'm able to catch a glimpse of where the DJ is stationed. How did you do that? I guess it would make sense. He's here all the time, so his power source is probably linked to whatever powers the arcade. Then again, I'm not fully sure how he works, much less how he doesn't chug through electricity at his massive size. I don't know, maybe I've been buying the inside, cause goddamn, was something weird.
Oh, is he okay?
I don't know. Some retreats towards the ceiling with wire. When I look up, he puts a finger to his mouth in a shushing motion. Probably doesn't want other staff knowing we were seemingly just standing around. Makes small talk and so on. Oh, so precious. How many time? Thank God Sun left when he did. Turns out one of my supervisors wanted to see me. Looks like it got the power working. Yeah, the DJ's been shut off though. Yeah, don't worry about him. Probably just went through a hard reboot after his power source was suddenly cut off. It's normal. You're gonna check out that bug of his, right? Yep. Yeah, just leave it for now. If everything else about him still works, he should be in safe mode now. You sure? About 87% sure, yeah. Just make sure he reboots okay and nothing else breaks. And you can be done for the night. Someone should begin the nighttime sequence here back up and running too. So don't worry about that either. Alright. My supervisor waves before walking off. Good luck, Snow. Thanks. As I leave, I make my way to the DJ stage. Thankfully, there's a toolbox just beyond the stage's archway, just out of sight from where the audience would be. Nice design. Alright. I pick it up and search around for the DJ for some sort of removable panel where I can directly access his systems and make sure he's powered on safely. Eventually, I do find it. I had to pull myself onto his back as if I were climbing a mountain, but it's there. I unscrew and detach the panel, placing it and the toolbox next to me. Something drops onto the stage and I look over to see Moon still on the wire, standing in the cast shadow of the archway. He silently gazes at DJ for a moment. Don't worry about him. Keep him powered on right now.
All right. All right.
Thankfully, it looks like everything's is in order, so I let him reboot fully. After a minute, DJ's head tilts. From where Moon is standing, it's hard to see. It's hard for me to see what his expression is. Whoop. The ground beneath me begins to shift when the DJ props itself on its 6 large arms, and I have to hold on to him in order not to fall off. Moon just laughs.
Can you move all right?
Realize what he's doing, just as the DJ starts back up. I'm still here. The DJ suddenly stops before lowering himself to the ground. I quickly place the panel on his back before hopping off. Not trying to fall and break a bone today, no thanks.
You weren't going to fall.
He thinks this is hilarious, says the guy that had a massive robot move, knowing I was on his back.
I would have caught you if you fell. Which you didn't.
I roll my eyes, putting the toolbox back where I found it. Well, how about you? His hand rests on the stage, head tilted slightly as he blinks at me. Feeling okay? He nods. I smile. Good to hear.
He appreciates it a lot, you know.
I lightly rub the back of my neck, a bit surprised. I just battered him on. Whatever you say. Moon shakes his head, but the smile on his face remains as he and the DJ exchange glances. Thankfully, everything seems to be fine, so I'm allowed to leave basically whenever. I pray that nothing else goes wrong after I leave. That should be everything, I think. So, Moon. My supervisor's back. Shit, I guess I was too distracted to notice. Moon, why aren't you patrolling? You know you don't have all the time in the world, and neither do we. Moon's expression visibly shifts as he stands upright, towering over me and my supervisor.
Just checking around here, that's all.
I saw you making small talk. Try to save it for when you're back in the daycare and Snow isn't on shift, please. Sorry, I'll...
Or what?
What? His faceplate tilts slightly as his usual shit-eating grin grows. My supervisor doesn't seem all that amused, though, as they sigh and keep talking. You know what? If someone other than me saw this, they'd probably just erase you from the body completely. Moon's smiling, but there's something off about it. There's nothing happy about that face he's wearing.
You don't plan on telling them, right?
What? That didn't sound normal. Moon stares down at them. His hands seem oddly tensed up as he looks over them. My supervisor is seemingly unfazed, but they say nothing. Moon. It's fine. What is this one? Moon. Stop it. Stop it, Moon. Stop it. Moon, it's fine. Moon's smile shrinks as he glances at me. For a moment, I struggle to find words to speak up again. Can always hang out another time, when I'm not busy, I mean. Glanced down at his hands, still tense, before looking back up at his face, trying to somehow send a mental hint to back off for his own sake. Eventually, his expression relaxes as it gives us some space. So, right, the DJ seems to be fine, so I can head home whenever. Have a good night. You too. They leave without another word. The DJ, who's been watching in silence, slowly shifts one massive hand towards Moon, who places one hand on top of it. You doing okay? Moon doesn't respond for a while, but eventually looks at me with a smile.
Yes, of course.
I'm not exactly convinced, but maybe I shouldn't pry.
You should go home, though.
Huh? But
We're already very, very busy here, and you still need to get some sleep.
Moon, I'm not tired.
Then explain the circles under your eyes.
Moon points directly at my face. Yes, my sleep schedule still isn't the best, but he doesn't need to rub it in like that. Genetics. Moon raises a brow before letting a cable lift him off the ground.
Right. Genetics. Has anyone told you that you're bad at lying?
I'm not.
So bad.
That mischievous grin returns as Moon lightly laughs at my perpetually tired face. As I roll my eyes and hop off the stage, making my way to the elevator. I guess I'll see you tomorrow then. Ninja's behind me for a bit.
Yes, of course.
Alright. Take my phone out of my pocket to look at the time, about 3:20 in the morning. Nighttime sequence is ending soon. God, we worked like 1 hour. I guess sooner than I thought, as the lights return to the regular fluorescent shades, I turn to see Moon wave as the robot body shifts into Sun. Hey! Sun has his usual smile, but there's something off about it. Maybe what just happened with Moon upset him or something. Sometimes I forget that the two of them can still see each other's eyes, even though they're not the one currently
Hello?
active.
Or, I guess goodbye?
I shrug. I could probably spare some time, but Moon insisted.
Yep, he did. And so do I.
Alright, you just want me gone. You don't want me around. I just tease, like, oh, okay, you just guys want me out, away. I should just leave. I really shouldn't come back anymore. I'll just put my resignation in. Like, no! I'm joking. You guys don't want me around anymore. I joke that way. I just tease them like, okay, I see. You guys don't want me around. Oh, man. Anyway, Sun urgently ushers me towards the elevator with one hand.
Run along now. About time you got yourself home.
I nod, pressing the elevator button, waiting for the door to open. But behind me, I hear the usual sounds of gears and robotics within Sun and Moon's shared body fade away suddenly. I turn to look, and they're gone. Guess that makes sense. Today started off fine, but got a bit weird at the end. gracious, so loud. That is loud. I think I turned down the, no, I didn't turn it. I thought I did. I remember turning down the sound before. There we go. There we go. I haven't really seen Sun or Moon argue before, or at least however close I can get to see an argument considering only one controls the body at a time. And it's never been about anything too serious, usually just playful bickering, usually caused by Moon trying to get a ride at a Sun. I don't know if the update changed anything, but hopefully tomorrow is better. I'm about to head into the break room, only for the door to suddenly be pulled from my hand. Look up to see Vanessa, just about to leave. She's wearing one of those black cloth medical masks. Oh, hey. I'd say we're both equally surprised. How have you been? How have you been? Back away from the door just to get out of her way and give her some space. I haven't seen you around much, and some of the others start wondering if you're okay, so.
I'm fine.
Oh. She's still sick? You don't seem fine. Vanessa quickly walks past me, almost speed walking to the other side of the lobby as she coughs into her arm. Alright, weird. I wanted to at least know how she was doing. I guess she has better things to do. I let out a tired sigh as I enter the break room, using my ID to clock out before double checking to make sure I still have my phone, keys, and wallet on me. Thankfully I do, so I go to leave the Pizzaplex for the night. Tomorrow is another day. To be continued for night 2. Alright. Okay. Alright, we're gonna play some more stuff. What is there? Okay, this one I saw. This is not a FNaF thing. I want to make this very clear. It's a theme of sun and moon, but I've looked at the characters. They're nothing. Nothing is about it is a FNaF thing. This one. Okay, I'll just do that. Or as what I know and have looked up, this is nothing FNaF related. This is more of a yandere monster thing than FNaF. Open game. Open game. Open game. Open game. Not very centered, am I? There we go. There's game. Why are you full screening? Why are you full screening? Why are you full screening? I don't like full screen. I don't like full screen when it comes to visual novels. On window. There we go. There we go. Alright. This is Moonsdrop and Sundew. Not a FNaF thing. Alright. Basically, two yandere monsters and stuff. Anyway. Then one. The The drive to the mountains was more tiring than I anticipated. Because I'm specifying it's not FNaF because if people join the stream from Blue Sky, because I did notify that I was playing the DAYBREAK game, which is FNaF. So people are gonna join thinking that this is FNaF. So specifying that this is not. Because I don't want to mislead people. I heavily sigh as I hold my backpack in my lap, keeping my head positioned against the seat so I don't feel the rumble of the bus. I knew the ride was going to be long, but I didn't realize how long it would feel until I ran out of cell phone service an hour into the ride. And honestly, the constant fields are starting to get really boring to look at, considering how far out my town is from any semblance of civilization. I thought having no cell phone towers out here was a dangerous idea. But I digress. I'm just glad the bus driver is nice enough to actually drive me all the way out to where I want to go, even if the ID rules are incredibly stupid in my personal opinion. It's stuck in my mouth. Yeah, I'm guessing this is the name. Alright. Snow. Ah! Fake last name. Fake last name. Alright. Pronounce him. I huff indignantly and shove it back into my pocket. I don't understand the rules. Why check my ID when everyone knows I'm the one of the few people in town who actually leaves on a regular basis? Czars know, it's just policy. Who cares about policy this far out? The nearest gas station outside my town is in the next town 3 hours away. By car. As if anyone is gonna notice who goes on the bus or not when there's hardly anyone around. I sigh, close my eyes, and keep a hand around my backpack. I should be mad at Ronnie for following corporate rules. He's just doing what he has to do to keep his job. Just wish I didn't have to do the ID check song and dance every time I left. I should follow Delilah's advice and look into getting a car after all. Look out the window, the open fields continue to bore me and huff tiredly. No point in staying awake for the next few hours, when all that was outside is just grass and skies and more grass. I need to actually sleep anyway, and I have to be rested for my hike ahead. Oi! Snow! Get up! Get up! Why you stop? Alright, sorry. I quickly check my bag to make sure everything I still need is there before I rush down my seat, giving Ronald a cheeky grin as he looks at me incredulously. He lightly scratches at his mustache as he grumbles in response. I still don't understand why you've dragged me all around the countryside for stupid pitches. I don't know how he sounds. Stupid pitches. I kind of look like him. Just I have to cut this off, this part off, shave this. No, or just cut this thing off. I have a little hair. It doesn't really grow much. Yeah, over. I snicker lightly, being one of the few people in town who actually uses a bus. His boss is kind, or possibly desperate enough to let Ronnie take me anywhere I wanted to go around the countryside to increase the few cells they had. And little did Ronnie know that most of it would involve driving around fields of grass and flower fields for hours on end. But I know him well enough by now. If he actually minded, he would have found another job elsewhere. Something he told me he enjoys our long talks on the road. Oh, come on, Ronnie. You know my blog wouldn't update itself. Besides, the bus station is getting my business. Pretty much my personal chauffeur at this rate. Yeah, whatever, Snow. Try to be careful, right? Apparently, the weather gets crazy in those mountains. Now stick around until you come back down. Alright, you know I don't do that, right? I wouldn't want to take away from someone else who could use your business. Very funny. I don't get cocky. It's because I don't want you to get eaten by whatever's making this mountain dangerous. I rolled my eyes with a groan. Of course, the rumors what was he was worried about. Although I couldn't fault him for caring. Don't tell me you're as paranoid as my neighbors, Ronnie. Oh, I'm not paranoid, Snow. I got common sense. If you're not at the bottom of the mountain by 5, the bare minimum, I'm calling the cops. Relax, Ronnie, I'm fine. I'll be more dang careful. Now let me out of this bus so I can take some photos. And I told you not to call me that. You don't want to be called Ronnie. Ronnie. Ron. Anyway. I grip onto the straps of my backpack as I step off the bus, waving bye to Ronnie as he anxiously watches me leave. He would definitely call the cops if I don't come back. The real problem is anyone getting here in time. The drive alone would make it impossible to get here in any reasonable amount of time. I shake my head. I know Ronnie is probably just nervous, but he didn't have to worry about me. I'd be more than okay. I walk until I found what I would look to be an entrance into the forest that led up to my destination. Moon-tipped peaks. The cursed mountains my neighbors always warned me about. The fluorescent lights of the bus masked the gray and ominous look of the whole place. Despite my phone's watch telling me otherwise, it could be late afternoon with how dreary and gray everything was. There's definitely something weird going on with these mountains, but I didn't let that deter me. I pull out my dusty yet well-kept camera from my backpack. Sorry. I don't believe in curses, but I wouldn't want to risk it. Like, I'm not a believer, but imagine you just don't believe in any of that, like, weird curses, all that stuff. But then you find out the hard way, and now you're cursed forever, bad luck, or whatever. It'd be too late to regret it. I don't know. I guess paranoia overwhelms your own skepticism. Ooh. I did take, like, in high school photography class. I don't think I remember anything. But yeah, that was the thing, was basically taking pictures, basically make certain scenes of toys. I know, like, basically try to take a picture at the right moment of a water balloon popping. I do remember that. I don't remember much other stuff. Oh yeah, some lighting stuff. Basically, I do remember specific things in photography class. It's just a class I took because I didn't know what else to take. There was not much else to do. So yeah. Oh my god. I remember. Oh my god, I just remembered this. This was buried in my mind. I remember basically in the class something happened. I don't even know what happened. But two girls got into a fist fight with each other in photography class. I remember this. Basically, it just happened all of a sudden. Basically, we were trying to get out. Maybe, I think it was the, like, water balloon thing. We were going to go outside for the water balloon thing. And then they were at my teacher was at the door, but they turned around and were like, what the and I turned around to see two girls just punching each other. It's like, fucking, I can't believe I remember that. That was buried in my mind. But I just remember about that in photography class. I was surprised. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know why I remember that. Of all things, I remember that. That was... I haven't thought about that. That was like in 2024. Basically, last semester of high school. Senior. I can't believe I remember that. I can't believe I remember that. I forgot why they were fighting. Why were they fighting? I don't remember. But it was just surprising for everyone because it just happened all so suddenly. Alright. Compared to the high-tech cameras in the big city, this is an ancient relic. I remember getting made fun of for carrying such a bulky and inconvenient thing everywhere when I could get a camera implants like any normal photographer. What? I don't know. But it's my camera, damn it. And it served me well in the past few years. Looked at the mountainous mountains. Looked at the mountains once again. And let out a short huff. I studied this place as much as possible before I ever came onto the bus. Sorry. There are no signs except for the one at the start of the trail giving the mountains names. No proper maps or landmarks, it's just a bunch of mountainsides and cliffs. There wasn't exactly anywhere special to go. However, there was a dozen of trails to follow. I figured as long as I didn't stray from them, I didn't wander off for any stupid reason, I wouldn't get lost. That's the idea anyway, unless I get horribly lost and die in the wilderness to some wild animal. Slapped my cheeks and shook my head. No negativity right now. I'm here to get some good blog photos, and I come back down when I'm done, and I'll be fine. I just have to be careful, and I know how to do that. Honestly, I do not trust myself. I don't trust myself to not get lost. In the wilderness, to be exact. Like, the thing with, like, missing persons cases, I talked about this in, I need to continue the playthrough. What was that one game? The analog horror yandere thing. Record of Grapevine. I talked about this, which is basically, I remember this blog post, Tumblr blog post, basically talking about disappearances and how it's not really mysterious, it's just how big everything is and how easy it is to get lost in American national parks. And how even to people outside of the US, it is so, like, surprising how easy it is. Anyway, I don't remember much of the details and everything, but yeah, it's less of missing people, more of stupid people, unprepared people, or just, you know, how easy it is to get lost. I clutched my... Did I hear a cat? Is there a cat at my door? Alright. Sorry. There's no cat. I just got some milk. Alright. Weird, creepy mountains, here I come. Great. I heard people in the town talk about the mountains ever since I first moved in. Other rumors intrigued me, and their warnings to stay away just made me more curious about it. I was cursed by a demon of nightmares and eyes, and I was plagued by the strange winter. Cold winds that drain life from the land, and living sapient snowstorms, and apparently, I set choice to kill you. It wasn't just the weather either. I heard people say all kinds of weird things happen around the mountains. Auroras during the full and new moons, glowing caves that show your worst fears, and shadows that stalk you through the woods. What interests me the most is, according to my neighbors, has been that weird for the past 50 years. Anyone dumb enough to go up to the mountains never came back the same. Apparently the mayor's brother, who tried to explore the place, had to go to a psych ward in the city and hasn't come back since. And some people who went up there never made it back down. Now, normally a 50-year-old cursed mountain in the middle of nowhere, where people have seemingly died a lot, would never pique my interest enough for me to actually try and go there. I like to think that I'm not that crazy. But this time is different. Sure, it's just a photo blog, but it's my photo blog, damn it. People have to like photo evidence for a still existing curse, right? From a vintage camera that isn't implanted in someone's eyes. People love vintage technology. What is this? This? How? What? Camera eyes? What? Is this like a futuristic thing? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know. People love vintage technology. Surely someone out there would care. Right. Despite the gloomy look of the mountain, it's remotely peaceful as I climb. The air around me is sorry, distracting. Too much. The air around me is quiet and peaceful. I find it weird that I can't hear any animals skittering about, but they might be in hibernation. Isn't hibernation a myth? I don't remember. Let me just... God damn. Was it loud? It's loud for... No, hold on. It's loud for you. It's not just loud for me, it's loud for you. I think it was because I had my volume all the way up for DAYBREAK. I crunch on granola bars and wash it down with water, enjoying the silence of nature as I walk through the path. The trail has a faint covering of snow, but it wasn't anything I couldn't walk through. A far cry from the harsh and intense winters people were telling me about. But as I look around the trails more, I can see that most of the snow was packed on the edges of the trails, as if someone had shoveled through them to make the paths clear. It was stupid enough to come all the way to these mountains and clear out a path for nobody to see. Unless the weather naturally avoids the trails, which was even more odd. Take a few pics of the trails. I know it's just dirt and snow, but the implications could intrigue someone. Oh, okay, that's the noise of my camera. But beyond weird, snowy paths, so far I saw nothing of major interest. I still took pictures, but there wasn't anything that crazy around. They're just snow-covered trees, not a single animal or a gust of wind to give some background noise. The eeriness would be interesting if it wasn't so frustrating. Can't take a picture of the vibe of a forest. Well, you can, but I have nowhere near enough skill to do that with a dingy camera. But surely someone out there would be interested in snow-covered trees on a cursed mountain, right? Another one. I kicked the snow in frustration. It's pointless. Just trees. Who's gonna care about a curse if nothing is happening here? Oh no, we're gonna jinx ourselves. Alright, I sat down next to the tree and let out a huge sigh. The cold snow made my pants a little damp, but I couldn't be bothered to care right now. I pat and rub at my eyes. I've been walking for hours and nothing. Just snow and trees and even more snow and trees. I have to face the unfortunate facts. It's pretty clear I wouldn't be finding anything interesting up here. I sighing deeply, I stand back up and patted away the snow stuck to my clothes. I should head back down to the trail and get back home with Ronnie. Oh, this sucks. I really wanted to... What? What made that noise? In the midst of my inner monologue, I forgot the worst part of mountains. The worst part of venturing out into the nature in general. The wild animals. I heard another sound, what looks like sniffing. Oh. Oh my god, where do the animals choose now to come out? Whoever that was sounded big. I can't just peg it yet. Maybe it didn't notice me. Or maybe it's just a squirrel and I'm overacting for no reason. I would just catch a glimpse. Quick glance behind and then decide whether or not to panic. That's a sound enough plan. I ignore the rising feeling of anxiety in my glut and clench my fists. Letting my breath, preferring for the worst, I look behind the tree and I gasp at the sight before me. I can't believe it. It's a deer. A pure white deer, sniffing some of the grass, peeking out through the snow. It looked so white, it looked like it could have been glowing. White deer are incredibly rare. I honestly thought, if not all of them, were hunted down by poachers. This is perfect. I have something interesting for my blog. I hastily grab my camera from the back to try and capture the moment. I just need to get a good picture. I don't scare you off. Deer flinched and instantly looked at me. I knew right there I had made too much noise. I froze, my hands shaking as I clutched my camera. Oh, wait. Oh. I watched in disbelief as it galloped away out of fear. No, come back. Go. Growing heavily as a deer disappeared into the wilderness. That's the perfect photo opportunity. I can't just let it slip me by. I tried to chase after it, but stopped once I realized I was going off the trails. I can't risk getting lost in the woods. I was so close. Looked down at the snow floor. The deer had left tracks behind, and his tracks were near the trails I was walking on. More rational part of my brain starts to think. If I just followed the path, got my picture, and then followed them back to the trails, in theory I should be fine. I knew it was really dangerous, but I've been climbing the mountain for hours with nothing to show for it. I can't go back empty-handed. Yeah, be dumb. Not like I care. I have to get a picture of something. I won't let my efforts be nothing. And the deer is the best thing I had. Took a deep breath, looked back out the trails behind me for good measure, and ventured into the woods. Made sure to keep an eye on the deer tracks as they trudged through snow. For something so delicate, it could run incredibly far. I have to keep going. I just have to. Perfect picture as I grasp. I can feel it. I can do this. I told myself I can do this. Heard the sound of a tree branch breaking to the left of me, and gasped. It has to be a deer. I sprint towards the sound, hoping to catch the deer off guard once more, but nothing. Not a soul around. I'd grown hard, damn it. I really thought I would be able to find it. I have to admit, defeat by now. It was clear I wasn't going to catch a photo of this deer. I had to head back down the stupid mountain. Turn around to look at the snowy floor and instantly stilled. Deer tracks were gone. Oh no. I gulped. I shouldn't panic just yet. They were probably somewhere around here. I just haven't noticed. I could find them again, right? Run through the woods trying to find them again. But I saw nothing. If anything, it seemed I just put myself deeper into the woods. How far had I gone from the tracks? Looked around anxiously, feeling my stomach start to churn. Okay, I'm lost. In the middle of the woods, no deal. There was dozens of trails I trekked through in order to get here. I just have to find one. I slowly walked through the snow again, feeling the snow seep into my boots as I continue on. I shiver but press on. I'm going to be fine if push comes to shove. I can just walk down. Surely I'd be able to find my way to the front entrance of the mountain if I just went down, right? Another noise made me jump. No, now was not the time. I couldn't panic. I couldn't. But when did it get so dark? The fact I was in the middle of the forest was finally starting to settle in. I'm stranded in the middle of the woods on a mountain full of God knows what. Look around frantically, flinching at the sounds of my own feet breaking branches underneath me. I rushed to pull out my phone, try to call Ronnie, but there isn't any cell service all the way out here. Great. This is great. Stuck on the mountain without any way to get help. And I have nothing to defend myself with except a useless phone and an old camera. Can't freak out yet. Panicking wouldn't help me. Just have to head down the mountain. I would find my way back to the trail eventually. I just have to... Nope, screw that. I have to get out of here. Start running hopelessly in a random direction, hoping to get away from wherever that was. What the hell made that noise? I know the sound of a tree being knocked down when I hear it. I don't want to be anywhere near whatever was able to bring down a tree in the middle of nowhere. No matter what it is, it wasn't a good thing. I have no idea where I'm going, or what I'm trying to accomplish by endlessly running through the woods. I just know I have to get away. I would try and find the bottom of the mountain later. Panic heavily as I sprint through the forest, trying my best to dodge and weave through the branches and stones in the way. I'm glad I didn't trip yet. My bag slams against my back as I ran. I know my fragile camera would have to be fixed after this, but I don't care. Just have to get away from wherever that thing was. I have to. But better yet, I have to get off this mountain. If I could just get far away enough to catch my breath, I could just climb down this mountain and find my way back to the trails. Maybe I could... At the time I saw the cliff, I couldn't stop. I fell before I could do anything to stop myself. The cold of the snowy floor bites into my face. My body feels like it was on fire, and I felt something hot running down my legs. God, this is my blood. Silly try to move, but that made my limbs howl in pain. I breathed heavily as more of the pain settled in, my blood dripping down my forehead. My legs screaming in pain, the aches in my mouth. My eyes flutter open. I painfully but slowly turn my head to try and see a glimpse of what happened to me. My arm is decimated. My bones are jutted out at unnatural angles and blood spurted from the wound. I can see even more of my blood splintered all over the snow. From the way my legs feel, I'm guessing they look similar as well. But they definitely feel similar. I cough my saliva and shut my eyes, trying to keep the tears back. Gods, how stupid am I? Trying to get a picture of a stupid deer only to end up running off a damn cliff. Thought I was better than the streamers who did stuff like this for clout. Here I am, probably gonna die from blood loss because of how stupid I was to do this for a photoblog, of all things. Could possibly get worse. Oh, come on. Can't be serious right now. Did I piss off a god in the past life or something? My breath hitched as I hear the wolves getting closer to me. I can't just sit here. I have to do something. I have to move. Trying to force myself to sit up, but I only made things worse. The pain intensified as my sudden movements, and I landed back into the blood-soaked snow with a yelp. I held my breath as I hear the wolves getting closer and closer. My heart pounded in my chest as I felt one of them come right up to me and sniff at my head. Was this seriously how I was gonna die? To a bunch of hungry wolves. Falling off a cliff was bad enough, but no. It just had to get worse for me. Couldn't find the tears that were starting to flow from my face as I felt the wolves sniff me over. Just wanted some cool pictures for a photo blog, damn it. Serves me right, I guess. What the... What? Were the wolves running away? Sounds like it, but how? Why? I don't hear anything. What could have scared them away like that? A faint sound of footsteps started to come clear, and I faintly see what looks like the pair of snow boots come to my blurry view. Footsteps? I mean, someone is here, and they're able to help me. What? I can barely hear what the person's saying. And in all honesty, I don't really care. I can feel myself fading away from the blood loss. I need to get their attention before I fell asleep and never woke up. I pushed up the strength as I could lift myself up and reach out to the stranger, trying to ignore the screeching pain in my limbs and painfully crook. Oh, me. Fell into the snow and passed out before I heard what the stranger could say next. What in the... By the moon, what happened here? Crap, this love blood. I should do something, shouldn't I? I can't just leave him here to die. Something stay away. I don't know. Hey, fine. But what if... it doesn't matter. My eyes don't rip open as I expect them to. Instead, I feel myself opening them slowly. They open to a beautiful sea of purples and blues. A wondrous night sky full of twinkling golden stars. Turning around and around just made me see more of this purple void. Nothing but the stars in it to help me see. But my brain screams that this is odd, and something is wrong, and I need to figure out what happened. And I knew that I should, but why do I suddenly not care about that answer? All of my worries melt away in that moment. My blog, Ronnie, the cliff, all of my worries just dissipate into a fine mist. So warm, wherever I was. Not my body. It was more like it in my very soul, yes. Like my very inner self had been soaked in a warm sauna and was enjoying the hot steam. A sweet scent surrounded me as well, pulling my mind at ease. I closed my eyes to fully enjoy the lovely feelings. It was so peaceful, as I wrapped myself in a warm blanket. I could stay like this for ages. I felt myself fall deeper and deeper into the void, allowing my body to float freely and simply drop into the darkness. This was a dream I wouldn't mind staying in for a while. I had never felt so at peace before. It was truly wonderful. I wanted to go deeper into the abyss. The atmosphere of silent tranquility. Just swim deeper and enjoy the feeling of peace even more. Interesting. I guess we'll wake up right now. As beautiful as the calming feeling was, I knew I couldn't stay like this forever. There was too much at stake for me to stay here. I couldn't explain it, but something felt off. Like something was waiting to devour me. I had to live this dream. Deep sigh, I closed my eyes and held my breath and ripped my eyes open and breathed heavily as disorientation hit me right in the face. My body feels lethargic and my eyes feel even heavier. I would drift back to sleep if my surroundings weren't so strange that I forced myself to stay awake to properly look at them. I feel really warm despite the snowy forest I was walking through. I can see firelight flickering on the ceiling, and a warm fuzzy blanket covers my body. I slowly blink slowly at the ceiling, still feeling dizzy. I have no idea how long I was knocked out for, and I barely remember how I got here, but was I seeing spots of purple in my vision? Wasn't it usually like black spots? God, how hard did I hit my head? Am I hallucinating or something? I blink rapidly and try to make the spots go away before I attempt to sit up. Big mistake. My arms and legs scream in pain at how much it aches. I groan from the shock and instantly flop back down onto whatever I was laying on. God, why did I fall off a cliff? Why did falling off a cliff have to hurt so much? Ugh. Damn it, I thought I had a voice. Try to turn my head towards the noise, only to immediately be met with more pain and groan in regret. Who is that? Try not to move. Be there in a second. I was like, moving is doing me any favors. I can only do just as much as I hear him shuffle around the room and arrange things around. Alright. Hello. The stranger finally appears in front of me, with a cup in their hands and an anxious look on their face. I was about to open my mouth to ask who he was, but something stopped me. Something about his eyes. Why did it feel like I've seen them before? I'm torn from my thoughts as he spoke up again. By the moon, I'm really glad you woke up. Thought I had. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, I know this is gonna sound how this is gonna sound, but I need you to drink this. It'll heal your wounds faster. I promise it won't hurt you. He holds the cup up in front of my face and look inside to see a greenish-orange liquid. I want to deny it at first, as taking any food from a random stranger seems like a terrible idea, and I don't want to meet an early grave. I'm in so much pain and can barely think clearly from how dizzy I am. Even if I could protest, I want something to make the pain stop. Just have to trust that the stranger isn't trying to poison me. With hesitancy, I nod, allowing him to gently hold my head up and help me drink whatever was in the cup. I only choke on the horrid taste. It tastes like rotten asparagus mixed with moldy oranges. I want to spit out on instinct, but in my position, I can do nothing but keep swallowing the awful drink. Sorry, I should have warned you it was going to taste really bad. Don't worry, it's going to help you, I promise. Despite the taste, I can tell that he was right. As I drank more of the horrid concoction, I can feel the aches and pains in my body start to wane faster and faster with each sip. At the time the final drop reached my lips, my body feels healthy enough to wipe any of the excess drink from my mouth and allow the stranger to help me properly sit up. Okay. Back is itchy. What time is it? Oh. Stretch. Ooh. Thank the moons. I was nervous that wouldn't work. Got to know my herbalism isn't as rusty as I thought. Now, how are you feeling? From my eyes and grumbled a bit as I tried to assess myself. Yeah, I think so. Oh, I'm so glad. Look around the interior of the stranger. As the stranger took off his cloak and tosses it on the edge of a couch, which I can now see I am laying on a large fluffy blanket on top of me. Okay. Oh, Michael. Some ghost astronaut. Now that I'm more coherent, I can see the stranger more properly as well as the room looks like. As what the room looks like. But this house confuses me even more. The walls are clearly stone, but they looked rounded and rocky. Not like a normal brick house at all. I can still see a door leading somewhere, as well as an archway to what I think leads to a kitchen or a dining room. There's a fireplace directly in front of us, with a few dolls on the shelf on the top of it. One looks like a funny little mushroom man. One looks like an astronaut. I don't know. Is this like also visual novels, maybe like Astronaut. What is their name? What was its name? Its name. Oh, I forgot. Oh, is it meant to be? Why is it? I forget the name of that character. Oh my goodness, hold on. Astronaut. Atom. Atom. That's the name. Atom. Atom. Is that meant to be that? I don't know. That's the only astronaut character I can think of. Atom. If this is a ghost, I don't know who the hell that would be. For some reason, there isn't any smoke coming from the fire. How is that possible? Although, do I really need to answer like to that? It's not like it's endangering me. Smokeless fire isn't exactly rare. Oh. I've seen Pyrobound produce it all the time. It's nothing to worry about. What? No, what's that mean? Is this like a Michael thing? You're controlling my thoughts? Screw you. Screw you. What am I saying? Of course it was. Shake the stray thought up from my head and keep looking around. The stranger didn't mind that I kept staring at his living room, which is nice. I can't ignore the weird feeling in my head for much longer. That dream I had was so odd, it felt so real. Purple landscape full of stars, how odd. What's that even about? I shake my head and brush it to the back of my mind. It was just a dream, Snow. Really weird dream, but still a dream. I look over at the smiling stranger nervously. He looks like mostly harmless, merely fiddling with the tassels of his scarf. I swear my brain is playing tricks on me because why does it look like he's sparkling? Sorry, who are you? Nearly forgot about introductions. My name is Orion. Orion? Yes. So, how do you feel? You still feel weak or sick? How about your arm or legs? How do they feel? Can you move them well? Do you still feel any leftover aches and pains? Man, that's a lot of questions. Where do I start answering? Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, okay. I'm confused. Like, wait, my hand's not snapped in him? I didn't even notice how overwhelmed I was upon waking up. I finally looked down at myself to see my limbs are no longer snapped and twisted beyond repair, and are instead looking as normal as ever. As if I didn't accidentally run off a cliff and nearly shatter my skeleton. I can't believe what I was looking at. Here I am, moving my legs and arms around like it was nothing. What in the world? I'm cured? How did you do this? Just use my supplies where I can. You'd be surprised what kind of herbs grow in these parts. I'm only glad I had enough of them to actually help you. Considering the state I found you in, I don't know what to say. Thank you. You're thanking me? Seriously? Buck in acknowledgement. What kind of question is that? Of course. Why wouldn't I? Almost died. How can I thank you? Oh, well, it's just that people don't usually thank me for stuff. The way he puts it very nonchalantly, I frown at his casual attitude. Why wouldn't people thank him? Anyone willing to help a random stranger on a dangerous mountain is a winner in my book. Despite the fact I'm still feeling strange, I can't just let him brush this off like it's nothing. Well, the way I see it, you saved my life, at least 3 times over, and that deserves thanks. 3 times? How? Let's see. You healed my injuries after I fell off a cliff. You saved me from wild animals that could likely eat me. And by healing my wounds, you stop me from having to spend who knows how much money on medical bills. And that last one matters to me the most. Trust me on that. So to get used to being linked, because that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, I got it. I guess they're used to that. They're like, oh, people just say, fuck you. You goddamn monster. Orion shuts his mouth and nods quickly. Crap, now I feel bad. I didn't want to seem overbearing, but he saved me. I can't just let him undermine that. Anyway. He quickly shakes his head and tries to change the subject. It's probably for the best. I can tell I made him feel anxious. What's your name? Your name? I don't think I cut it yet. Oh, my name is Snow. Probably nice to meet you, Snow. It's like, oh, the thing's outside. Oh. Nari asked, but are you positive that everything feels fine, inside and out? I have more medicine I can give you if you're still feeling under the weather. Do I really want to taste more of that organic sludge? No, I don't think so. Everything feels fine. Well, besides the fact that he still looks like he's sparkling. But I don't want to mention that. For all I know, it was a side effect of the medicine. Or the fall did hit my head harder than I thought. And I was seeing things that weren't there. I don't want to feel like a fool when it's possible I just need a nap. What kind of logic is that? Wouldn't it be important to mention it anyway? I literally fell off a cliff. And he helped you. And you're fine now. So why make a big deal of it? I guess that makes some sense. Good. That's very good. I'm glad. We want you to look like a lemon if you had to drink more of the medicine I gave you. I roll my eyes in an attempt at humor, and I can't deny my face starting to crack into a smile. You should have taken a picture. It would last longer. I was inclined to join in on Orion snickering, slapped my face in the reminder of why I was on the mountain in the first place. Pictures, camera. Oh, my camera. Huh? I'm sorry, but did you see my backpack anywhere with my camera and water and other stuff inside? Oh, your stuff? It's just drying up in the heating chamber. It's where I regulate the heat for my home. I figured you want a wet bag on your bag when you go home. Don't worry, I'll return it as soon as you're ready to go. As much as I appreciate the gesture, there's something a lot more worried about. Is my camera okay? I think so. I haven't seen one of those models in a while. It looked dented before, right? I grew an aspiration that did not sound good. Either I need to try to fix the camera, or I have to give up my vintage aesthetic dreams. Ah, damn it. My pictures are damaged. Your pictures? Yeah, I came up here to take pictures. Bit of a hassle to get here. Although, I figured it would be worth the trip. And it might just be for nothing, since the film was probably too damaged to actually use now. Soaked as Orion looked at the floor with an anxious expression. Kind of funny you came up here to take photos. Really, why? Well, the only people who do that are scientists and adventurers, trying to figure out the secrets of the mountain, so to say. Or hunters trying to stuck their game for trying to hunt them down. Which one are you, Snow? Despite his airy tone, his smile seems a little forced. Looking down at his hands, I can still see his fingers digging the fabric of his pants. Relax a bit, will you, Orion? Huh? I'm no way special like that. I'm just a wannabe blogger in my spare time. Blogger? Yeah, I take aesthetic vintage-looking pictures of a cursed mountain. Would boost my blog numbers a little. Being this far in the middle of nowhere has to make some people online interested, right? I chuckle at the thought, but Ryan seems to return the sentiment. Wait a second. You almost got yourself killed for an Alex? I am, well, oh, when you put it like that, it sounds really bad. Really bad? I found you bleeding at the bottom of the cliff with wolves circling you. More than likely to eat you alive. You almost died. For internet likes. I deserve this. Yeah. I was trying to see if I could take a picture of a deer. Turns out not good. I feel my face heating up, and I look away from his judging stare. I know he's not exactly wrong to point out how stupid I acted, considering he's the one to save me, but this meant something to me. It wasn't worth dying over. I'll give him that, but if it had actually gone right, I would do it again. Hey, give me some slack. This is just about internet likes. Sometimes your only friend in life is a camera and a dream. I see. Ryan looks back at me with a relaxed smile. I can definitely understand the whole doing stupid stuff for friends thing. I don't know if I would climb a cursed mountain, but I get that. I scoffed and rolled my eyes, but she only snickered too. You're the one to talk who lives on a cursed mountain. That's more dangerous than climbing up here. Ryan can't seem to hold it, and I finally cackled loud at my words. I could feel my ears heating up at how much I'm blushing from embarrassment. That's a fair point. You're not as bad as I thought you would be, Snow. Oh, thank you. About a sneeze. Alright. Despite his odd wording, I can understand what he meant. If he really did live up here all the time, he probably didn't get any visitors that often. I'm clearly making a good impression on him if he thought I was better than anyone else he ran into. Despite it did make me worried of who else he ran into up here. That doesn't matter, does it? If he's been up here for so long, despite the rumors, then clearly he's safe. And so are you. What kind of thought was that? Come on, Snow, don't be unreasonable. You're fine. It's fine. Of course I'm fine. What was I thinking? I fiddled with the blankets nervously. I don't exactly know where to take the conversation, but I don't want to just sit here in silence and do nothing. Thankfully, Orion seems to know what to do as he stands up and brushes himself off before looking at me. I'm sure you get a lot of questions to ask me, and I'll be glad to answer them, but we need to get you some food in you first. Food? Exactly. My medicine is gonna fix an empty stomach. You'll feel a bit better once you've had something to eat, I promise. While you were sleeping, I made a ton of different things because, well, I don't know what you liked. So when I'm done, you can just pick wherever you want to eat. Just wait here. I'll call you when I'm finished. Wait. Watch Orion disappear into the archway, and I sigh deeply as I look into my body once again. I still can't believe he managed to heal this so fast. There isn't even a scratch or drop of blood from the incident. Wonder how he managed that. Glad Orion did help me, though. The small hospital in our town probably can't help that much, as we don't have an instant fix tech like in other parts of the world. Not to mention the price of just healing my arm would cost as much as my arm. If the sun does have dominion over luck, he's certainly favoring me right now. I groan quietly and rub my nose tip. Still, Orion shouldn't have had to help me to begin with. How could I have been so dumb to get myself in this situation, falling off a cliff and having to be saved by a stranger? A seemingly nice stranger, but still a stranger nonetheless. I know I probably watched too many horror movies yet. I can't help but feel paranoid. It doesn't help that I feel weird ever since I woke up. Like there's this thick fog in my head, and my vision is blurred just a bit, so I can't see properly. The more I try to think about it, the more my headaches, the more blurry my vision becomes. Questions I haven't considered asking yet started to come to my mind. Why are my thoughts so jumbled? Why can't I think straight? Why are there any windows? What is Orion doing on a cursed mountain? Can't he see that he's sparkling? Does he notice the weird visions of blue, or was it just me? What the hell is going on? All these things made made me so tired. Part of me wishes I could go back to sleep and not deal with any of the stuff rushing through my head right now. To go back into the darkness and rest my head, if only for a moment. Just a small respite in that darkness is all I ask for. Snow, are you hungry or not? I ripped out my inner thoughts as the sound of Ryan's voice, and with it the purple dots disappeared. I looked to notice I'm slumped against the pillows once again, with Orion calling out for me wherever he was. How long has he been doing that for? Do you need help over there? No, I got it. Give me a minute. I don't want him to think I need some help with something as simple as getting off the couch. I know the entire situation is weird, but I have my pride and respect to think about. And besides, whatever he's cooking smells amazing, and having a home-cooked meal sounds really good right now. I gently rub at my eyes as they start to feel a bit itchy in the back. I don't know how that was possible, but it's the worst kind of itch. Maybe something got in my eye during my fall. Whatever it is, I just wash it out when I got home. Push the blankets aside and walk over to the archway Orion had went through. Then I realize it isn't an archway, but more of a tunnel leading to what smells like the kitchen. It's incredibly dark. I can barely see. Ryan should get some torches in here. Yeah, that's creepy. It's like, I don't like the tunnel. Like, why? It's creepy. Yeah. Oh, it's just darkness. Yeah. I know there's nothing in the darkness, but still it's terrifying to look at. Laying on the walls first, feeling the rocky texture graze my fingertips. But I quickly realized I didn't need to. Whatever Ryan put on that medicine was insanely effective. I finally saw the firelight of the kitchen at the end of the tunnel. Quickly rush over. Right. Yeah, having home-cooked meals is good. Very good. Very good. Feels good to eat. Oh my god. Maybe a stretch and take a break. Goodness gracious. Let me stretch for a bit. Alright, I took a break. See this post? It's like, if I had a nickel for every time a pink-haired biker yandere stalked and fell in love with me, I'd have 2 nickels, and it shows both, Rin from 14 Days With You and I forgot his name. Him from Loving Decays. The pink guy from Loving Decays. What is his name? I forget his name. Oh, god damn it. Ciao. Yeah. Two pink-haired biker, yanderes. Alright. Is supposed to be music? Yeah, there's meant to be music, but it's so drowned, I can't hear it. Alright. Alright. The kitchen is small, but full of stuff. Shelves carved into walls, and hold bottles of herbs, spices, and dishes. Lanterns hang on the walls and keep the room well lit, with a refrigerator inside and a old cove in the wall. And whatever food I'm smelling, it seems close by. Snow! Glad you're here, we can finally eat. Fair warning though, I made a lot of pie. Like a lot. What's your name, Tori? I'm making the I'd make a joke like, well, who are you, Tori? It's like, huh? It's like, it's a joke from him. I'd explain it if he doesn't. They don't understand it. Oh, what are their pronouns? I don't know. He. Okay. I don't know. But yeah, if he doesn't understand anything of Undertale, he seems to understand internet. So, unlike a certain mushroom guy. Don't worry, Orion. I'm so hungry I could eat anything. Oh, that's great. Come on, you can pick whichever one you want to pick. Yeah, look. I'm not a pie person. I am not a pie person. I'm not a pie person. I don't want pie. I don't want pie. Oh, alright, fine. It's covered in various tins and plates, all featuring a pie. With only one featuring what looks like a cake. Wow! You were not joking about that. I'm a huge fan of pie. I even ran out of all my pie tins and had to use some plates. I tried to make a variety of them since I didn't know exactly what you liked. See, there's veggie pie. Veggie pie sounds good. Vegetables and stuff. Moonberry and strawberry pie. I don't know what the hell berry is. Starberry. What the hell is starberry? Beef and potato pie. That sounds good. I like beef and potatoes. Apple and strawberry. And a Castella cake. One in there. What is that? What is that? I don't know. Veggie or beef and potato. Those two sound good. I'm not really in the mood for a sweet kind of thing. Alright, there are some of those pie desserts. Yeah, well, you really had enough night, so I figured you deserved a treat. Pick up whichever you want, and I'll cut you a slice. Oh man, all these smell so good. I've never felt so hungry in my life. I could practically feel my stomach drooling at the sight of all the delicious food. How can I possibly choose? I'll pick the beef and potato. That's honestly. It's either the beef and potato or the veggie. Beef and potato. It smells delicious. Alright, then just have a seat while I prepare your plate. But yeah, just good, just meat and stuff. Ryan left the beef and potato pie on the plate while putting away the rest of the food back in the oven to keep it warm. I sit down at the table as Orion gets plates and a knife to cut our food. I notice he gives me a pretty big slice, which I'm grateful for. After handing me a fork, Ryan sits down at the table in front of me. This food honestly looks amazing, Ryan. Oh, thanks. It's not often I get to have other people appreciate my cooking. Now eat up. You have to be energized if you want to ask me anything. Be careful though. It just came out of the oven. With how hungry I am more excited to dig in. I grab my fork and begin shoveling food in my mouth. Startling the person in front of me. Be careful, you don't want to burn your tongue. He's right, I do burn my tongue. Coming a little bit as I did. I told you it would be hot. Even though my tongue receptors are a bit stinged, I'm honestly too hungry to care. The food provides my insides with a good warming up, and Orion seems to understand that well. You like it? Yeah, this tastes amazing. You really did good with this. Thank you. There's plenty more pie and cake for you to have. That sounds awesome. For a shut-in living in the mountain, you're pretty good at cooking. Orion laughed heartily at my little jab, which I appreciated. Thanks, Snow. That seriously means a lot. Of course, you're seriously good baker. Share your recipes with this one restaurant owner I know in town. He'd probably love it. What's that reaction? What's that reaction? Ryan laughs again, although it seems a little forced this time. Well, my mountain isn't the prime place to find a cookbook. I will say that trial and error has been my teacher. Whatever you got, your experience, I produce really good food. Thank you. Shovel food in my mouth, content with how full it's making me feel. Orion, happy that I'm finally eating, digs into his own slice. I like, honestly, the one that, I love the two that I've saw, which is veggie and beef and potato. I'm not sure about it being pie, though. But those are the ones that sound good right now. Right now in my kind of hungry state is either meat and potatoes. Those are good together. Beef and potatoes are good together. They go well together. And veggies. Just vegetables, that's it. Like, I've tried, like, vegetable pizza and stuff like that. It's good. It's food. Yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about this. Anyway, it feels rather nice, honestly. Wait, what does he mean by his mountain? Wait, what? So, Orion's exclamation shakes me from my thoughts. Now that we're finally done eating, you can ask me questions you'd like. To get one other thing out of the way, yes, I will help you get home. I want you to healthy first before that happens. I think we should wait until morning. It's pretty dark out, and I don't want to run into any wild animals on the way. But as you know about the time, there aren't any winters. It's pretty late when he found you. Though, why be bothered about something so trivial? What is that? What's up with my brain? But if you're really anxious about getting back, I can help you on your way after we finished eating. Really do that when it's so late? Of course I would. Whatever town you're from is probably worried sick about you. I wouldn't want the townsfolk thinking you died up here or something. It's just gonna take a while, and I don't want you straining yourself considering what you've been through. But if you want to go back sooner, I won't stop you. Like, I'd say, like, I think it would be good to at least let people know, like, there is my bus driver, which is probably waiting for me. Probably thinking I'm dead. I see. I'm pretty much an open book. I'm sure you're still confused on what exactly happened tonight. So lay it on me. What do you want to know? What do you want to know? A lot of things, but what do I need to know? Oh god, that's hard. Yeah, I don't like that one. What don't I want to know? There's been so many crazy things going on. I can't pick one specifically. I don't like that one. I don't like him. I don't like his reaction to that one. My head feels a little funny, but part of me feels like I could have been imagining it. Tonight has been pretty weird after all. Yeah, that was probably it. Don't question it. Just enjoy your food and talk with me. I'm Madison. This house, this fall, I have so many questions about everything. I have questions about my house. Is something wrong? I don't mean to be rude. You don't have to tell me if you're not comfortable. No, it's just that. Why would you want to know about it? Wouldn't it be boring? What could it be? The more I see this place, the more confused I get. I'd like to get some answers. Oh my... Tonight your curiosities, ask your way. Oh... I think about what to ask while we eat our food. Okay. What medicine give me? I remember learning about any plants that can make you walk again after falling off a cliff. Oh, well, the plants and herbs up here have special properties that have a lot of weird effects. I don't exactly know why the plant life is so weird. I've been trying to figure that out since I got here. But I'm not gonna complain with how helpful they've been. Although it took long to figure out what plant does what. With hindsight in mind, I should have tested the effects on something else like a rabbit. Why wouldn't you just do that outright? You can't just eat plants willy-nilly. Some of them are poisonous. Oh no. You didn't test it on yourself, did you? You didn't test it on yourself, did you? Did you? Alright. Orion coughs on a piece of his food and looks away from me. Well, that's true, but wait. Don't tell me. Did you eat random plants without knowing if they could kill you or not? No, yes, it's fine. I know it's dumb. But I'm not dead or anything. Not dead? You realize what could have happened if you did die? You could just eat random things you find in nature, you'll hurt yourself. And you call me stupid for coming out here and taking blog pictures. I know. Yeah, I was stupid. But I all meant something. I know what isn't poisonous and what is. And even if I do ingest something that is poisonous, I'll be able to make an antidote. Plants here work wonders. I have a garden to grow the plants in, and I usually grind them up into teas and elixirs. But they can also work as spices and creams if I mix them right. As for what I gave you, is just something to make your aches and pains in your body go away. Your broken bones were a little bit harder to fix. But I managed it, and now you're good as new. I nodded in agreement, thankfully for his help. I was a bit still curious about something. How did you manage to heal my bones exactly? I don't doubt any medicine would snap my bones back in place. And I don't feel anything like that when you gave it to me. It's a secret you have to figure out yourself. Come on, no fair, I have to know. Nope, you're gonna have to guess now. I often slept back in my chair as I eat my food. Whatever you did to fix my body, I'm gonna figure out what. What is this place exactly? It doesn't look like a normal house. I don't see any windows. Oh, that's because it's not a normal house. I doubt I could call it a house at all. And the no windows is something I kind of have to deal with. It's not intentional. Well then, what's going on with this place? You might find this crazy, but we're in a cave on top of a mountain. What? That can't possibly be true. Yeah, it sounds kind of nuts, but it's the truth through and through. I made this place my home a long time ago. And even though this place looks like a home was hard, like really hard, I was able to pull it off. The lack of windows is annoying, but with how cold it can get outside, maybe it was a blessing in disguise, you know? I nod along. It makes sense, although I couldn't believe you actually managed to turn a cave into a kind of house. How did you make everything work? I can't imagine it's easy, especially all the way out here without any power that I can see. Oh well, the answer is probably gonna bore you, but it's a bunch of glyphs and runes that get everything running. Pyro spell, a circle, connected to the stove. And Nemo, runestone connected to the fridge, simple stuff. What? What? Oh, so literally, the magic is a thing in this world. Okay, so it's a common thing. Is we're not like, what? That's weird. What do you mean magic rings? That's not real. No, it is real. Okay. In this world, it is. It's just a normal thing. Yeah, we do that. I expected that answer. Glyphs and runestones are used to power generators and power plants in big cities all the time. Ryan using them to power his home isn't out of the ordinary. I'm using a hydroglyph to keep my deep freezer cold. Think with how cold it gets up here that I wouldn't need to do that. Oh, I need to go restroom. Sorry about that. I was gonna mute my mic before that happened. Alright, be right back. Hello, I am back. Sorry about that. Let me do that. Alright. We both laugh at a small joke. Orion can be pretty funny when he wants to be. What are you doing all the way out here? I've heard over and over this place is cursed. Why would you be here? Haven't you heard the rumors? Oh, of course I have. I'm not that dense. Just that my reasons for being up here are complicated. It's just better for me to stay up here. Trust me on that. That doesn't really answer my question. If anything, it just makes me even more confused. What does it mean by better for everyone? Better for who? I won't pry. Because I don't want to invade his privacy, but I'm more intrigued than before. Well, if you say so. Despite the interrogation, I still feel off. I don't know how to properly describe it. It feels like I want to ask more things from Orion. I've been talking with him for feels like ages. And yet I still know nothing about him as a person. Having answers about my accident and why he's living up here is nice, but I can't have a good read on his personality. I want to know more about the person who saved me. Not to mention, I thought he would have had more answers. Some answers to why I felt so strange. Can't just ask him outright, can't I? Why would you want to, though? He's been very polite and he's not bothering anyone. So, you don't need to ask him such personal questions. You can just enjoy yourself and not worry about him. Whatever on doesn't matter. It's what's going on with me. Of course it matters. My one eye. If I have a cliff and I'm in a stranger's house, don't I deserve more answers that explain? I just want to. Enough. What the hell? So are you okay? Huh? You all right? You seem a little worried about something. Slowly drop my fork and gasp, my eyes wide in fear and confusion. Creature is real. How could it possibly be real? What the hell am I looking at? I thought I've been hallucinating this whole time. Am I really not imagining things? Does this have to do with my dream? Snow, what's wrong? His tone and words are confused, as if he can't tell what's going on, but how can he not? He's covered in the very stars I saw in my dream, the stars that felt so wrong. How can he not see it? I feel my thoughts trying to ignore what's in front of me at this very moment. I'm obviously imagining things and I'm being dramatic. I need to stop being so hysterical, but I'm not. It's right there in front of me. How can I not be scared? The stars and constellations that plague my dreams were sparkles that I thought was making up. They're right there. Very stars that tried to drag me into the dark abyss. I was floating in my dream, are right in front of me, and I can't do anything. What do I do? What am I supposed to do? What could I do? I need to do something. I need to do something before whatever's that abyss drag me back to the lights. No. Snow? I know I'm the one who said that I was an open book, but you look really disturbed. I can barely think over the static. Ryan's words went in one ear and out the other. Only think about the black void that was trying to consume me. Why would I be dragged back into the dark abyss? Snow? Ryan has concern running over his face. I can barely focus on it. Tries to reach for it. Don't! Slip his hand and almost fell out of the chair as I stumbled back. Play of half-finished pie crashes to the floor and my fork clatters against the floorboards. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? A bit. Pant heavily as Orion stares back at me in shock, before I slowly gain up from a seat with a alert look on his face. What's going on? What's the matter? I want to scream at him, but that I should be the one asking the questions. I've been feeling weird all day and I need answers, but I couldn't. My mouth won't form the words. All I could do is scream in my head in confusion. What is wrong with me? Snow? Don't what? Just don't. I'm just leave me alone for a second. Before I could get a word in, I stumble out of the kitchen, clutching my head in pain. I don't even know if I could describe it as pain, just feels so damn weird. I can't say what I want to say. I can barely think what I want to think, and I have no idea why. I don't want to assume the worst out of Ryan, but something is making my brain spin, my words stuck in my throat, and it isn't me. Why would he hide where his cousin is? Does he not know about it? I need answers and I need to get off this mountain. I don't know which one I want more. Grumble as I walk into the living room, rubbing my eyes, I try to make this weird feeling go away, which didn't work. Because what's wrong with me? I can't do anything. What can I do? Something is wrong. Wrong. But what is it? I stare at the floor, trying to figure out what's wrong with me. My brain feeling fuzzier and fuzzier the more I try to think about it. God, what am I missing? I don't know how long it was standing here. But eventually I hear Orion's footsteps behind me as he comes back from the kitchen. Snow, I'm sorry. It's just that, well, just don't. Alright, okay. I seriously don't want to talk to him right now. I can't be bothered to have to figure out what's wrong with me, and he isn't going to help with that. He at least stands next to me, so are my itchy eyes. I feel that he wants to say something, but he doesn't know what. Just for the best, honestly, I can't guarantee I won't snap at him. I just stare at his shadow flickering in the firelight while standing there and... Wait a second. Shadow's there. Then... Snow, I think that... The shadow is gone. What? The shadow is gone. What do you... Oh no. I don't want to believe it. I didn't. It has to be my exhausted mind playing tricks on me. I have to be hallucinating. But no, Orion's shadow is still there. The firelight casting his shadow just fine. Worse yet, it's glowing just like I thought he was. Look back at Orion, who could only look at me in silent horror. Where's my shadow, Orion? I'm sorry, Snow, I forgot to give it back. What does that mean? What's going on? I just want to... No! I've had enough! I've been feeling weird and seeing weird shit since I woke up, and I can't even ask myself why. Something's wrong with you and I have no idea what it could be. Head practically screams for me to keep my questions inside, but I can't help anymore. I need to ask. I have to ask. Where's my shadow gone, Orion? Why are you sparkling? Why am I seeing weird purple spots? Why is my head fighting me? Why can't I think what I want? Tell me what is going on now! Please don't let this go wrong. Please no, just don't freak out. What's that supposed to mean? Ryan snaps his fingers, and instantly the haze in my head disappears. Although I can still see some spots of purple, I gasp from the shock and rub on my eyes as the itchiness flares up once again. Look down at the floor, I can see my shadow again, as if it always been there. Shadow was a part of you, a piece of your soul. Having it taken away even for a moment is migraine-inducing. Everything suddenly clicks into place. I only know of one creature that can take shadows like that. One thing that can manipulate reality to an extent that I felt this entire time. The same one that the townsfolk had always warned me about plagued this mountain. The one I didn't believe I'd be unlucky enough to run into because of my own stupidity. Same one beside me right now. You. I look at Ryan. What I saw made me stop. Ooh. Shadows engulfed his body as gold energy sparks around him. He's changing, morphing to something demonic. I can only watch in shock as his body finally stops distorting and his true form is revealed to me. His skin turns a deep purple color. His freckles turn gold. A curved tail flowing behind him, tipped with lilac. His brown hair turns into a deep shade of purple, as pink, purple, and yellow highlights pop out against it. Like, I don't get why this. Okay. His ears grow fluffy, and his horns protrude from his head. Even in the dark light, and with his hair and his face, his eyes grow brightly enough for me to see his bright, golden eyes clear as day. This is who I am, Snow. country for him. But please, let me explain. Let me stutter out my next word. You're the mountain? Oh, God. The demon are you? You're in limbo. I don't know what this Nixling? The silence told me everything. Nixlings, the mystical creatures of the night that were said to possess untold powers of the darkness. Described as monsters dwelling in the shadows that they controlled and feeding on the fears of the innocent and shape-shifting to anything necessary to torment their victims. I never believed my neighbors would. When they said one lived in the mountain, almost all of them live in their own country, where they can harm nobody but each other, almost all of them. But now proof is right here in front of me. A demon of darkness had held my shadow, and I'm in its home. Well, I'm not just an Nixling. I guess you won't have any idea. I'm not exactly normal for my people. I'm something people call a moondrop. A drop of the moon fell into the shadows I was born from, hence the name. Unusual appearance. I put your body and soul into the abyss when I found you. And while you were sleeping, I used my shadow magic to heal your broken bones. Damn it. Probably don't even know what the abyss is. This is a weird alternate dimension that I can use to put people in a dream. I don't exactly have full control over it. Crap, that made no sense. I can't just use my magic for that. I used it in a lot of different ways so you wouldn't ask what I was, since I didn't know how you'd respond to me. I didn't want to take any risks with you, but I think I overdid it by a lot. And I don't even know. I'm sorry, Snow, I didn't mean things get out of hand. God. It's cool, but also, like, why not tell me? Two versions. I wanna see this first, then I'll do that. Who knows how many years you add onto my life with how much you just stress me out. What? Not scared of me? Okay. Shipley shrugged my shoulders. Not really, Ryan. Kinda surprised I didn't connect the dots before. Your cloak was covered in stars and it keeps swearing to the moon itself. It keeps sparkling all night, and that kinda gave away something weird was going on. So I'm just upset you didn't tell me sooner. Yeah, it's like, I'm not mad about you being a fucking demon whatever thing. I'm just mad you didn't fucking tell me. Well, well, of course I didn't tell you. Why in the world would I tell you? I'm a demon that's been plaguing this mountain for 50 years. Cursing this place to be full of death and despair and making people go missing because apparently I eat them. I'm a beast, I'm a monster, and every other fun name under the sun. I was gonna risk being attacked by someone trying to slay me for the 15th time, or have you freak out and injure yourself even more than when I found you. It just ruined both of our nights, and I figured you'd immediately turn on me when you knew what I was. Everyone does. I'm not. Ryan scoffs at my words. Please, nobody likes my people. Even after the celestial genesis happened, nobody liked us. It's just evil monsters who steal your firstborn and eat your soul, apparently. I know you'll still like me after everything I did. I recognize that tone. You're mad at me. You'll hate me like everyone else does. To be frank, he's right, I'm super pissed. But Nixling or not, he doesn't seem to understand me at all. You being a Nixling isn't why I'm mad at Ryan. Ryan just looked at me confused, then why are you mad? I was my turn to give him a shocked and disbelieved look. Why? Are you serious? You're a walking, talking horror movie cliche. Well, this is literally a horror movie scenario. A guy wanders through the nature, trying not to get killed by wilderness, finds a place to stay and thinks, oh, I found salvation. And monsters place on to get axed by a lunatic. I wouldn't. Or worse, the guy is lured in by a charismatic cabin owner. They ask questions whether or not they're alone, and they eat one bite of food and bam. They drug you with know how much horse tranquilizer and turn you into a skin suit. Would I turn you into a skin suit? How would I know? Creepy psychopaths on mountains do weird shit all the time. If horror movies and true crime process are anything to go by. Not only did you mess with my head to the point I thought it was going crazy, but put me in a giant soup of moon bullshit. Imagine waking up and finding out that you got thrown into an alternate dimension where you could have died if something went wrong. No shit, I'm gonna be weirded out by that. I prefer if my mate remained unprobed, thank you. I feel my heart rate spiking. I probably shouldn't be stressing myself out like this after such a crazy night. I breathed in deeply and let myself slowly as I could. Let out slowly as I could. Looking back at Orang, I see he's staring at the floor in shame. He's probably really anxious after my rant. And it makes sense that he is, but I feel like I have to say something. Well, something. Okay, alright. Look. Listen to me for a moment. I really couldn't care less if you're a Nixling or not, but why don't you? Nope. I'm talking now, and you're gonna listen. I wouldn't have any of his skepticism. Orion did nothing but nod silently. Silently shocked by initiative. I'm not gonna judge you for being a Nixling when I know people that vomit lava and make thunderstorms when they get mad. I'm not gonna have the gall to be rude to you when the grocery store owner I buy food from on a weekly basis has a beard of rocks and walks around shirtless just to show off the gemstones growing out of his pecs. Life is too short to care about stupid stuff like that, trust me on it. But you want to know why I'm really upset? I'm upset, not because you lied to me, threw me into a realm of darkness that could have killed me, and your stupid moon magic won't get off of me. Huh? I've been seeing weird stuff and feeling weird stuff all night. It's not exactly pleasant. That's an understatement of the century. My head still feels weird in my eyes. Feel like there's something itching in the back of them I can't get out. Really, my shadow back didn't do all the work. And I didn't want to freak him out even more considering he's so anxious before. Crud, I forgot. The way you healed might have unintended side effects. Side effects was side effects. I don't know exactly, which is why I didn't want to send you back without making sure you had been thoroughly cleansed, just for your own safety. Your body is cleansed of the magic, then we'll both be fine. I do want to get whatever moon magic is still inside of me out, but I still have tons of questions to ask him about what the cleansing entails, about him and why he's on the mountain. Waves of queries flooding my head. But waves of fatigue are starting to hit me. My shadow back must have increased my tiredness, because I got the overwhelming urge to sleep. Let out a loud yawn before rubbing my eyes. I'm sorry, I completely forgot. I must be exhausted, considering everything that happened. I was worried on sending you home today if there weren't any complications with the magic in your body. I don't know if I should right now. What should I do? I don't mind staying the night. What? You don't? Nope. I didn't really. If I didn't get rest soon, I was gonna be more messed up than if I didn't. The ones who wouldn't notice me missing for a day would be my landlord and Ronnie. It's not like anyone in town takes those too seriously. Way too tired to be doing any walking or magical forms of transportation right now. It's better if I just stay here for tonight and get going tomorrow. Besides, you gotta make sure all the magic is removed from my body, right? Alright, yeah, of course I do. I swear by the moons, I'll do everything in my power to cleanse your body. I want you happy and healthy before you go home. Thank you, alright. Of course, no. Since you're gonna be staying the night, I can take my bed. Oh no, I can possibly do that. This is your home. And therefore, I make the rules. And I say you can take my bed tonight. Don't worry, I don't mind sleeping on the couch. He's really attractive in his monster form. True form. Don't worry, I don't mind sleeping on the couch. I want you to be comfortable here. Can't help but grin at his kind words. For a so-called demon, he's incredibly sweet. Thank you so much, Orion. Of course, no. Now follow me, I don't want to get lost down there. Follow Ryan down the tunnels, passing through the kitchen and other pathways before he brings me to his bedroom. I am hungry. I think I'm going to end stream for right now. And we'll come back. I open something. Alright, I'll be right back.